TS Galaxy, the Buccaneers, still celebrate the defining moments in the match.
Yeah, he needed a bit of convincing, especially having to look at slow-mo, and then he was convinced that it was a penalty. And then, of course, I mean, that was pressure on its own. But I think there was a shove there on Ntamajela, where a big shove there. And then, of course, him leaning and then, of course, edging Mbujana over there, which I think he could have dealt with the situation better. But Makgopa, with his first goal, gets his confidence. I like the dance. I like the dance. Shows confidence that he's happy about the goal that he's been looking forward to.
Yeah.
And a well-taken penalty.
Yeah, Sia's not sure about the dance, but well taken.
Well taken, well taken. I did say at halftime that he knows the goalkeeper. He knows that he's going to dive early and he's going to dive low. So he just lifts it over him, and difficult for a goalkeeper to save. But the fluidity of Orlando Pirates today just made it so difficult for TS Galaxy to actually deal with it, because these type of situations, they face them over and over again. Well, when it got to maybe 30 minutes in the first half, then it died down a little bit, and then Pirates sort of took off the foot off the pedal. But then, as soon as they came back out in the second half, then they just pushed on until they got the second goal.
And see, I think they were always in control. I think it was just that, I think towards the end, whereby then they started to lose their concentration, their passing rhythm, especially having to lose the ball in their own half, in their own zones. So that made it difficult. But this chance from Bogazi also, and he's been having these chances, and I think it's a matter of time then he finds the back of the net.
Yeah, most certainly, because he gets in there. He has the aggression, he has the willingness, but the running of Hoto was always going to be a threat, because they actually get Rele to tuck in, to get inside, and then to open this huge space here. So I felt for uMahlambi, because he had to track back all the way, and Hoto is very pacey.
I thought he was going to see the vision here, whereby he just places across, or if then he has shot across, maybe the ball would have landed in those two upcoming players. I think Apollos was on the far end. I think overall, I think Pirates I think they had a good game, most controlled, but of course in this moment China came in, of course he was alive, was able to solve them, which I think at times he will come into the game, but it's a matter of concentration here. But a well-taken opportunity. I think they should have used this opportunity, but China was in favor for this opportunity.
Yeah, most certainly, because now when you are playing against a team that is so in control, controlling the possession, then this one particular moment where you get an opening, you have to use it, and unfortunately in that case it didn't work for them. And then now Pirates found this opportunity to wrap up the game when TS Galaxy were trying to push forward. Then they opened gaps behind, then they got a little bit loose in the defense, and then the space opened. And with the players like Abo Rele, who are so versatile and so clever and so decisive in these type of moments, it's so difficult to actually deal with. And just a free header for Mabasa eventually inside the small box.
You have to stay in there. I think having to see the moment and also having to time it right. That's Mabasa. You want to be there. And I think sometimes that's where maybe Makgopa would like to see such moments, and he could learn from it, able to stay in the box, stay as a number 9, whereby you'll have your guys running for you into the outside areas. But for Makgopa also to learn that, let me stay in there, I will get those opportunities whereby Mabasa